Excuse me. So I'd just like to start off by thanking Ron for making me the best man here today. It's a real honor and a pleasure, and it opens the floodgates to some serious and long overdue Ron roasting. Roughly 31 years worth. But before I get started on that, I'd like to just say that it was just a beautiful ceremony today. The weather was just fantastic. This resort, the spa retreat, is just immaculate. I think we had someone special watching over us for everything that happened so perfectly today. And I'm really grateful to be here and with my family and everybody I love and my new family and friends. The bridesmaids, you guys look gorgeous today.
All right.
Andrea, you did too. I want to thank you for making Bethany looking absolutely stunning today and radiant. I wish we could have done the same for Ron. But at least he styled his hair today. On the Harrison side, we've all come to bear witness to Ron's classic mop top. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically like an orca in captivity. His hair will flop down, and when the hair's flopped down, he's like a complacent, apathetic guy. And when he's got his hairstyle, he's definitely full of life and vigor. And the good news is that when I look at your Facebook pics, he's got his hairstyle, so that's a good thing. If you want to trim him, just make sure it's flopped down though. Orca captivity. Okay. So for most of the people that don't know me, I think I met everybody today, but I'm AJ. I'm the youngest and the one subject of the most abuse growing up. Yeah, she knows what I'm talking about. My sister Andrea, she's 2 years older than me.
Oh.
Where are you?
Right here.
Oh, right there. And she's
planning.
She's smart and witty, and along with that comes a sharp tongue. And she can talk her way out of any situation, especially with my parents. And then we have Ron, who's the master and commander of the three of us. He's the eldest. He's 5 years older than me. So, yeah. That's right, Dwayne. You did kick my ass and beat me ass. 5-ass kicker. Now, honestly, being the youngest, there's some tangible benefits. You learn a lot from your older brother growing up. There's a number of things. One of them is called the painkiller. When he pins my arms down and then, index finger in the chest. And it's not like what it sounds, it actually causes a lot of pain. Another one's the gear changer. Again, arms pinned down, knee on the right here, and then gear shifter. That one hurts even more. Yeah. But, he also taught me how to wrap gifts, mainly for his ex-girlfriends. Ron would, Andrea would create the card, I would wrap the gift, Ron would delegate, he'd have a tea towel in his hand whipping us. That's pretty much what happened. Ron also taught me how to be cool growing up. And by cool, I mean hanging out in McCutcheon's basement, playing Dungeons and Dragons with Lego characters for hours on end. Thanks, guys, for teaching me to be cool. And also, probably the most important is he taught me how to be a ninja, and just like an urban form of acrobatics. And it came handy once because we had this guy in our neighborhood we called Bad Chris, and he stole my Super Soaker 30. And Ron ninja in his garage, without him knowing, took Super Soaker back.
Hero status.
Yeah. But his ninja skills started to diminish as he got older. When he went out, ripped my good jogging pants. Not a good ninja anymore. As the years went on, there's really so many stories I could tell. But I guess one of them is when my brother was young, he regularly broke the sound barrier, and it's not what you think. Anybody know how? Here's some more trivia.
The two-tone?
How he broke the sound barrier?
Is it the two-tone H?
I gave you a hint earlier. He used a tea towel.
Oh.
And he got so good at whipping the tea towel, it was like an art to him. He'd whip it, and it would snap like so loud every time. And basically, if you're on the end of that tea towel, it would be extremely painful. So he had full reign over us. Right? He was older, and he walked around the tea towel, and he was so good at snapping it. And
he would wet the end?
Yeah. So, whenever Ron had the tea towel, he'd have full reign, and eventually my dad took notice of Ron's tea towel reign and decided he'd finally assert his dominance over Ron with his tea towel skills. And so began the epic tea towel brawl between my dad and Ron. And I don't know how long it lasted, but as a young kid, I do know it was like watching two gladiators in the arena. My dad had 100 pounds of my brother, sheer brute force to his advantage. Ron definitely had tea towel perfect form and finesse. And by the end of the tea towel brawl, there was definitely blood spilled. This was serious, guys. But eventually tea towels would be banned in our house for good. The important thing with this story is that, when you guys are in California, you want to be safe. You don't need a gun. Everyone with a tea towel. You guys will be okay. Another big event, pivotal point in the relationship between me and my brother, it really shaped us. It got us closer and made us, closer. I like to call it the moment of sibling singularity.
What does that mean?
John, I had to do a lot of research on this. John Nash, who invented game theory, would have called it mutual assured destruction. Basically, it's the point where Ron can no longer beat me up. And I remember that day. He was the master and commander. He came in. I was sleeping. He ordered me to clean the kitchen. I declined. And it escalated quickly. We were fighting for at least 7 minutes on the ground. And this was like Canadian jiu-jitsu. Full tilt wrestle. At the end of the 7 minutes, I looked up at my brother. His face was white. And not because I submitted him, but he was exhausted. And I was like, man, I'm exhausted too. And then I thought, like, genetically, we're like the same thing, I'm pretty much a clone of my brother, and I can dance. And I think we both quickly realized, and we basically stood nothing to gain from fighting each other. It would have been mutual assured destruction, like Russia and the U.S., right? So that drove us closer. Relationship definitely improved from there. Let's see where I'm at. Okay, so growing up, Ron definitely set the bar as the older brother. He was my mentor. He's my mentor today. He's obviously academically gifted. He was the valedictorian of his high school.
Wow.
Yeah. He was an athlete. He's a fitness champion.
Mathlete.
He obviously an all-star basketball player. He definitely one of the best neighborhood street hockey players, and definitely the best bike polo player, which is street hockey with a bicycle. So he was the best at that. But I don't know why our parents didn't put us in ice hockey growing up.
I know.
Then they put us in jazz dance classes. And surprisingly, Ron did not flourish at this. I was definitely the beneficiary of that.
We'll see tonight.
But I'll never forget the things that my brother's done for me and my sister growing up. He made me a better athlete. He helped me so many ways. With my physics thesis in OEC in grade 13, we built that bridge. That was awesome. When you drove to Western to help me with my calculus exam, really appreciate that. And so I appreciate everything that you've done for Angie and I growing up. I know if Grandma and Grandpa were here today, and Nini and Papa, they would say how proud they are of you. And so Bethany, I want to thank you for being an amazing person, to run. You are a very funny person. You're personable, you're intelligent, and since we're talking about Star Wars references, basically when Ron first met you, or before he met you, he was like Luke Skywalker hanging out at the Tashi Station. That was before he met you. After he met you, he somehow acquired an X-Wing and destroyed the Death Star. You definitely changed it for the better. And I know the two of you are going to be happy. I know you're going to keep Ron on his toes. I expect you to make fun of his mop top when Andrea and I are around.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. And so I'd like to raise a glass to the real best man here today, Ron Harrison, his beautiful bride, Bethany Harrison. And as Bob Marley would say, one love, one heart, let's get together and feel all right.
All right. Woo!
Thanks.